So today I had my second surgery on my feeding tube. I grabbed a blanket. It went a lot better than the last one. Grab one of Jackie's blankets. It's always comforting to have her son's blanket. It went better than the first time. My doctor did it, so that in itself is better, and I could start feeding right away. And I can tell the difference. What happened was the guy, when he did the feeding tube before, my bones are like protruding out, it's gross. When the feeding tube, when he did it before, it was in this U shape, and it ended up in my kidney, the tube. Like the food was emptying out there, which just made no sense. And so it should be kind of zigzaggy and going down. You want your food to go down, not like up. And so when I went in, they weigh you. I'd lost 3 pounds in a week, and I weigh 109 pounds, and that was a little alarming. It was really comforting to have Jack and my mom there today. Not that it wasn't amazing to have my neighbor Judy with me last week, because she's so great, and she's been there through so much for me. You feel terrible. I think it's just this, you feel like you're putting a burden on someone that's it's not their, they shouldn't have that, to be put in that place, right? Of being so responsible for their neighbor, even though we've been neighbors for so long. It's just, I don't know. So, but there's also that, just that, it's that comfort of being with your family, and just being blah, So I'm just kind of relaxing in bed and recovering, and it's really quiet here, and which is nice. And my mom and Jack are out, and I'm just tired. Not tired enough to go to sleep, just tired. And my throat's super sore. They did it last time they did the procedure with an x-ray. This time he went through with a scope. And so I had the airway, and the tube for the airway and the scope down my throat. So my throat's feeling pretty ripped up. And then it's really sore, like right here. I don't know if I might have I feel like I might have done something like that when they were putting it in. I don't know. I didn't ask. But then the disheartening thing of this whole frustrating thing is that I get home, and, I don't feel as though I should be responsible to have to pay money for this procedure again. Like the hospital made a mistake, and they should have to pay. And now they're getting paranoid because I'm probably going to write a grievance, and I am actually. I'm just going to revise what I wrote, but their notes are kind of different than what my notes, or what I'm saying happened. And as far as what they documented occurred, and it's real convenient. And there were a lot of people in and out of my room, and the one good thing is that my neighbor was there, and so she was able to be able to corroborate anything that I have to say, because they didn't communicate well, and it was not a good environment. And like my friend said, it sounded like you were at a third world hospital, and I wasn't. I was in a good hospital. So it was very disappointing, but it was just, it's just like, leave me alone already. It's just, I just want to move on. So, well, I'm going to make this short, because sometimes some of my posts are a little long, but today on Instagram, there was, a long time ago I was in the hospital, and someone told me that the only way out is through. And when I was having a really hard time emotionally with some things, and I thought really hard about that, like, well, how am I supposed to get through? I don't I don't really know. Like, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the middle. I'm in the middle of like this tunnel. How do I get through? And I get it that you know, you've got to come out on the other side. How do I get out? Right? So how do I get out? And so it's just something to think about. The only way out is through. And I think that, sorry, I'm going to cry. But I'm not as always as brave as I try to come across as being, or tough, or strong. I try as hard as I can. I'm scared half to death of what's to come. This next month is really big. Next week is a big deal. And what comes after. Whether I get approved for the study or I don't. So it's frightening. So getting through today was like awesome. Like such a relief. Because this is something I'm familiar with, right? And you know, now I know. It's funny, I said my goal is to gain 10 pounds, 11. I want to get to 120 pounds. I said, how often do you hear a 45-year-old woman, almost 46, say, I want to gain 10 pounds? But I do. Um, but, um, but, but I think it's something to think about for everybody. The only way to get out to the other side, to be happy and to get through everything is to go through the mucky, ugly, yucky stuff, and you just have to battle through, and you know, and make it through to the other side. So, I'm sorry, I'm crying. I do this because I'm on anesthesia. I'm gonna blame it on the anesthesia. So anyway, that's my message for today. That's my wise quote from Robert Frost for the day. And I'm gonna put some Over the Rhine tunes from Pandora in my ears and try and relax a little bit, and maybe do some of my adult relaxation dot to dot that my Uncle George gave me for Christmas. I highly recommend these types of things, adult coloring books and dot to dots. So, okay, until next time.